Far beyond the hills and meadows, in a quiet green valley, there was a town like no other. It was called Whisker Town, and it was special because it was home to cats. Only cats. These cats didn't just sleep in baskets and chase butterflies. They wore clothes, went to school, worked in shops, and lived in small houses with round windows and flower pots. Whisker Town was neat, peaceful, and filled with the smell of fish pies and fresh catnip. One little cat named Milo lived in a red-roofed house near the bakery. He had orange fur, big green eyes, and a heart full of questions. Why do clouds float? What's at the bottom of the pond? And most importantly, what's beyond the big tree line? The big tree line was a circle of towering trees that surrounded Whisker Town like a wall. No cat had ever gone past them. Some said there were barking beasts on the other side. Others believed the world simply ended there. Milo didn't believe in scary stories. He believed in adventures. One stormy afternoon, Milo was helping his grandma clean the attic when he found something unusual. Inside an old biscuit tin, under some faded postcards, was a map. It was hand-drawn and wrinkled. There were strange symbols, tiny paw prints, and a red trail that led through the big tree line to a place called Paradise. Paradise? Milo whispered. What could that be? He couldn't stop thinking about it. That night, he stared out his window at the trees swaying in the wind. He knew what he had to do. The next morning, he packed a small bag with fish biscuits, a flashlight, a tiny blanket, and his blue scarf. He also brought his invention, a little robot mouse named Squeaky who beeped and blinked. Milo's best friend Luna came too. She was a clever black cat who loved solving riddles and climbing trees. She packed her lucky slingshot and a jar of glowing fireflies. Quietly, they slipped past the sleeping streets of Whisker Town and stepped into the woods. The forest was thick and full of sounds. Leaves rustled like whispers. Strange eyes peeked from the shadows, but Milo and Luna stayed close, their tails twitching. First, they faced the Whisker Wind Maze, a patch of forest where the wind spun in circles, making it hard to see or stand. They held paws tightly and followed Squeaky's blinking light until they found their way out. Then came the Yarnball Hills, where enormous balls of yarn rolled down from the sky like boulders. They dodged and jumped, laughing and meowing all the way. At last, they reached a quiet stream. A bridge of feathers floated gently across the water. On the other side sat an old striped cat with half-moon glasses. To cross the bridge, he said, "Answer me this. What makes a cat truly brave?" Milo blinked. He thought of all the things he had felt during the journey: fear, excitement, wonder. Then he said, "A brave cat isn't the one who never gets scared. It's the one who keeps going, even when they are." The old cat nodded slowly and stepped aside. "Then cross, little one. Paradise is waiting." They crossed the bridge together, the feathers tickling their paws. And on the other side, they saw it, Paradise, a glowing land where the grass shimmered silver, the sky was full of flying fish, and the air smelled like fresh sardines. Cats with wings floated gently above the trees, and clouds shaped like yarn drifted by slowly. It was calm, magical, and unlike anything they had ever seen. Milo and Luna sat quietly, taking it all in. They didn't need to stay forever. Just knowing it was real was enough. When they returned to Whisker Town, the entire town gathered to hear their tale. No one had ever gone past the big tree line and come back. Milo became known as the explorer cat, and Luna as the problem solver. But Milo didn't care much about fame. He built a little treehouse where kittens came every week to hear stories. He taught them about maps, questions, and the magic of wondering what else might be out there. Because sometimes the biggest adventures begin with a tiny paw step forward and a heart full of curiosity.